Well, days after criticizing the UPA for appointing people with Congress links to the Censor Board, the NDA government has done the same. Almost all the new members of the newly reconstituted board have an RSS or a BJP connection. I spoke earlier to producer Pahlaj Nihalani, who is now the new chief of the Censor Board. Well, Pahlaj, your appointment really comes at a time when there's been this huge political row over the composition of the Censor Board. The previous board was accused of having too many members linked to the Congress party, but now the new one that you're heading has many links to the BJP and the RSS. How would you respond?
See, I'm from the industry, and industry people wants industry person on the chair, and Asha Parekh, Rashida, Shakti Samanta, Anupam Kher, they have served nicely for the producer and for the Censor Board. So there was no controversy, there was no allegation of corruption, or there was no such a sensitive things which has been come out with a right decision. So I think there is something because they have done wrong thing, because last chairperson, she has not handled properly as an industry person, I am saying, because today till now I have not taken any charge. So I can say that from the industry producer point of view, that their committee has worked, and allegation of corruption for those people who has resigned the today support of chairperson.
But sir, you know, this board too now has people on it who are either supporters of the BJP, strong supporters of Mr. Modi like yourself, or, you know, directly linked with the BJP or the RSS. So, you know, when we talk of politicization, how is it different from the way the UPA then handled things?
See, I am a believer of Shri Narendra Modi ji's leadership and his vision, and I believe that he's an action hero. Whatever he has committed to the nation, he is delivering the thing and trying his very hard and very easily to satisfy the people and bring out the right people for the right places. So he has selected me from the industry, not that I am the member of BJP or I am working for the BJP. So I am a citizen of India, and he is always said that I have to serve nation 125 crore people. So he is taking the people from nation. He is not taking the people from the outside and serving this government.
Well, you clearly are a huge admirer of Mr. Modi. You just called him an action hero, and you were actually the man behind the Har Har Modi video, which actually many people also criticized as being over the top.
See, I have made the video before election, before it has come on the board, because I have felt that what the people want, that was the voice of the people, that people wants to demand from the government, they require such relief from the government. So I have shown his people's vision on this video and commitment to we wanted from government, and government has announced those things which I have shown on the video. So I think I have done the people's work, not the government. Government after when people have choose this government. So there is nothing wrong in that if I have become a voice of the people.
But you don't think it's worrying that the Censor Board has become so deeply politicized, whether it was under the UPA earlier and now the NDA, that there needs to be a rethink on how it's working?
See, there is nothing, because they have not served properly. They have not given the right decision in the board, and they have started corruption. There was this industry is from so many years, 100 years, and censor always has been happening, and always the successful tenure is from the chairman from the industry, and there was no controversy, because this lady has chosen from the out of the field. There was no knowledge of the film industry, and she has not attended much and given much time to the board, and they have not done any improvement or some suggestion from the people, from the industry or anything. So I think because in the last when tenure was finishing, so they have come out with the thing, and CBI is the first time in history of the board that CBI has raided the thing, and person from the board has been caught on the subject.
Well, finally, Mr. Nihalani, what will your priorities be as chief of the censor board then, while clearing films? I mean, what are the kind of films that you would like to see out there?
See, I think it's a correct message and correct social responsibility. Producer and board always there together to see the thing. If you are doing something wrong and it's not a proper scene, you have to take the cut, and you have to see that people should not be offended on those scenes which is not required in the picture.
All right, Pankaj Nihalani,
according to the guideline.
All right, Pankaj Nihalani, thank you very much for joining us on Left, Right and Centre. That was the new chief of the censor board speaking to me just a little while earlier. Well, the question is whether the board has become politicized. It obviously has, and therefore, why do we even need a censor board at all? Is there a need now to relook at the way this entire institution functions? We've got Pankaj Sharma, a former member of the board, here in the studio with us. Shobha Dey joins us tonight from Mumbai. Shaina NC also joins us this evening from Mumbai. Shobha Dey, you heard what Pankaj Nihalani was saying. You find it ironic that just days earlier you had Arun Jaitley criticizing the UPA government for politicizing the censor board, and the NDA doing that virtually days later.
There are a lot of ironical happenings in the last couple of weeks, but this one kind of takes the cake. In all fairness, I also have to say that this is not the first time that a government is rewarding loyalists by positioning them as censor board chief or as members of the censor board. It is a prestigious job. A lot of people hanker after it. A lot of people lobby for it. It has happened in the past too. These are necessarily political appointments, whether they're defined as such or not. The point only that concerns me as the audience is that how much faith does an audience have in a board which almost completely is comprised of either people who are BJP members, or there's an RSS person, there's a lady who has a conviction against her for check bouncing, there is a BJP spokesperson on it, here's a gentleman who's heading it, who's made Har Ghar Modi as his promotional film. He calls him an action hero. All this is very worrying from the audience point of view, because what kind of cinema can we expect? The job of the censor board is merely to provide guidelines. The way he's speaking is like they're going to be playing Big Daddy. They're going to decide on content. They will decide what is culturally approved of, what is culturally acceptable. This lot is going to decide something, and the fear is it may be through a saffron prism. That is a very legitimate fear. So if we are going to see cinema that's going to be in many ways colored with this bias, and only culturally approved cinema as thought befitting by a certain group of people whose allegiance is very apparent, then it's certainly something that cinema lovers need to worry about very much.
Shaina, I'll take that
there
to you.
whose intellect we respect.
Okay.
Not their political allegiance.
Shaina, I take that to you. You heard the criticism, I mean the concerns that Shobha Dey has expressed about the kind of films on one hand. But also let's talk about the double standards on the other. I mean, surely this was a chance then for the NDA government to completely revamp the way the censor board functions, actually have people, you know, who are apolitical, who are, you know, are meritorious. I'm not saying all of them are not. There are people there who should certainly be there. But, you know, to really just give it a completely fresh look and you know, keep away from these political controversies, and yet the complete opposite has happened. Shaina.
Nidhi, Pahlaj Nihalani is not a member of the BJP, neither does he belong to our party. He belongs to the film fraternity. He has a respectability in the fraternity as a producer, as somebody who understands cinema. Clearly, it is the prerogative of the censor board chairman to choose members who they feel are befitting. Now, you have a representation from Tamil Nadu, from Assam, from varied backgrounds. Yes, I do concede that there may be one odd person who has allegiance to the BJP or is a BJP member, but is also a contributing factor as a television personality or somebody from the film fraternity. I think it's important to understand the films you're censoring and going through. As far as the government goes, there's no question of any kind of interference. Mr. Arun Jaitley has said on record as the Information Broadcasting Minister time and again that this is a body that is going to work independently, going to have its own readings, and where it has an opportunity to reach out to a appellate tribunal if there are areas which are in the grey.
Yeah, but so it's not one odd person. The problem is it's not one odd person. I mean, when I look at the list here, you have people who are direct members of the BJP, others who have links with the RSS, someone who has helped make a film on Mr. Modi's journey from common man to CM. And you know, Pahlaj Nihalani also...
They are also a part of the film and television fraternity. You can't discriminate against them because they belong to or they have a professional background which is independent of anything else. But so I think you need to understand, if one wants to really get into
but they're all ideologically driven in one direction.
As a teacher to Priyanka Gandhi who turned Censor Board chairman. No, I don't think I want to get into that. That is a good point. I think people who are capable, irrespective of their backgrounds.
No, but I'll take that to Pankaj Sharma. Pankaj Sharma, the problem is that this started with the UPA.
And a voice which endorses freedom of expression without interference from the government, so be it.
But Pankaj Sharma, the point is, as Leela Sampson also said, she said the interference didn't begin with the NDA government, it began when Manish Tiwari was INB minister. So this whole politicization of the Censor Board goes way back.
No, there was no politicization earlier.
Let
me correct one fact. Out of 21 members of the Censor Board, earlier Censor Board, only barring 1 or 2, nobody else has any direct or indirect links with the Congress or UPA. That is correct.
No, that's not correct.
That is correct. Tell me, people like Anjum Rajabali, Shaji Karun, Shubhra Gupta, Era Bhaskar.
But there are many who did have Congress links.
Like
director, let's bring up the graphic. Let's bring up that graphic on the previous Censor Board. There are people who have indirect links with the Congress.
See, barring 1 or 2.
We're just playing out all the names for you.
Yeah. I can tell you. Yeah. I also have a list. And now see what these people have done. This is not even politicization. What they have done now, it is RSSization, it is Sanghization. They have practically merged CBFC with Sangh Parivar.
Not at all.
I can expect Pahlaj Nihalani ji to say all these things.
Everything because get the RSS involved.
See, I understand Pahlaj Nihalani ji is no V. Shanta Kumar or Satyajit Ray. He is not even anywhere near to his brother Govind Nihalani, who has made films like Akrosh, Aghat, Tamas and all. Do you know what films Pahlaj Nihalani ji has made? He has produced Aag Ka Gola, Aag Hi Aag, Shola Aur Shabnam, Gunahon Ka Faisla, Paap Ki Duniya.
So are you going to be the one that has an opinion
just compare the profile of Pahlaj Nihalani ji with the profile of Leela Sampson ji, and just compare the profile of these 9 board members, newly appointed board members, with the board members which were there in the earlier board.